Anywhere from 1 to 3 inches out there, and it looks like it snowed in addition to all that hail. Anywhere from pea to marble size hail being reported from areas in Mount Areas. It all started there earlier in the evening along that warm front. You can see it now pushing out to the east. The good news is we are being dropped from some of the slight risk areas as we speak, and we're seeing those showers and thunderstorms continue to move east. This is a zone that has that aerial flood warning, a concern for the 1 to 3 inches that stretched out from uptown Lexington. Tremendous thunderstorms. They were non-severe, at least by standards. We would have to see quarter-size hail or gust above 60 miles an hour, but that rain, it was torrential, and we certainly had lots of heavy rain, lots of water still on the roadway. So ponding is still a possibility, a reminder to keep off the roads. Most of our warning and storm impacts have come in the form of hail reports. So that seems to be the biggest concern that folks have had out there. And we are also looking at those showers and those thunderstorms stretching east tonight over Chapel Hill. This is going to continue to be a big deal for us with the heavy rain and then those heavy downpours still going on in northern Rockingham as well as parts of Stokes County. We're going to have much more for you coming up and a closer look at the next 24 hours that also includes, you guessed it, more storms.
Happening now, the search for 2 girls from Greensboro who have been missing for nearly a week now. According to authorities, 15-year-old Elvira Perdeza Muniz and 11-year-old Jocelyn Ariano were last seen in the Overland Heights area back on April 3rd. The girls are related and probably still together, according to authorities. Anyone who's seen them or who knows where they are is asked to get in touch with Crime Stoppers. And as the state increases capacity limits for restaurants, some owners say they're having a hard time finding employees to take care of all the customers. New tonight, our Justin Schwer spoke with 2 restaurant owners to try and uncover some of the reasons why this may be happening. Justin?
Hi, Brianna. Good evening. Restaurant owners say while they cannot pinpoint the exact reason, they say they do have some theories. At 6th and Vine Restaurant and Wine Bar in Winston-Salem, owner Kathleen Barnes says business is good. Barnes made the tough decision in December to shut down the restaurant. She reopened in March with seating on her outdoor patio and with some seating inside.
It feels great because as we reopened, all of our regulars found us and everyone was so happy to see us back open.
Barnes says a couple of weeks ago she was struggling with hiring staff. She says thankfully in the last week she has hired 4 more people, but says restaurants downtown are struggling to find servers, kitchen staff, and bartenders.
Maybe people are still on unemployment, but with the pandemic and all the flux of the restaurant business, it's really, I think, been more about people finding other careers, people changing into a different mode of living.
Joseph Curran, who owns 1703 Restaurant and Catering, says business has been great. He says the restaurant never shut down and they even extended their patio.
We double-sized the patio during shutdown. And then we added the tent in the wintertime and the doors, and then we had big planter boxes in between each door to keep the wind down, and then we had 8 heaters.
But he says they are having a problem trying to find and hire a few more kitchen staff.
I'm not sure if it's because people are still collecting unemployment or on that because of the extension, or if people are not looking for a job right now. I just don't know. And I think, people who were in the industry kind of shifted out because they uncertain of the future.
And while both owners are optimistic about the future, they are asking folks to be flexible and patient as everyone continues to navigate this new normal.
You just have to kind of go with the flow.
Sort of my plea to the customers out there is be patient with every restaurant.
And the state says nearly 1.5 million people have applied for unemployment benefits between March 15th, 2020 and April 8th, 2021, and 66% of those have been approved. Live in downtown Winston-Salem tonight, Justin Schwer, WXII 12 News.
Thanks, Justin. Turning to our coronavirus coverage, case numbers are on the rise. Today, more than 2,500 people tested positive in North Carolina. Hospitalizations are down since yesterday. 977 people are currently fighting the virus in hospitals. 24 people have died from COVID here in the last 24 hours. 12,248 people have died since the pandemic started. When it comes to COVID vaccines, NCDHHS reports 40% of the adult population is at least partially vaccinated. 28% is fully vaccinated. Pfizer is asking the FDA to authorize its vaccine for children ages 12 to 15. Right now, the shots are available only for people 16 and up. Pfizer says its phase 3 clinical trial in 12 to 15-year-olds is showing 100% efficacy. Moderna and Johnson & Johnson are only authorized right now for people 18 and older. Duke University is requiring students to show proof they've been vaccinated before they can enroll for the fall semester. This goes for all students who intend to be on campus. There will be accommodations for medical and religious exemptions. Georgia is the latest state to report people experiencing some adverse reactions to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Just yesterday, Wake and Orange counties here in North Carolina put a pause on administering those vaccines for the same reason. People were mostly having to deal with fainting or dizziness. Local health leaders say that's actually pretty normal, and the CDC says it didn't find any issues with the vaccine itself. Novant Health, Wake Forest Baptist Health, and Forsyth County health leaders say they're comfortable and confident in the J&J shot. It gives people the opportunity to have patients only come in once, which can be incredibly helpful for a mass vaccination event. And those vaccination efforts are ramping up this weekend.
Now we have to do a little better job of convincing people that this vaccine is safe and effective. The health department and Wake Forest and Novant are really used to this conversation because we give lots of other vaccines that make people nervous as well. So we're really committed to getting out into the community to dispel any myths that are out there about concerns about safety.
The Davidson County Health Department tells us no one out there is reported having any adverse reactions. Officials plan to continue administering the J&J shot. People can get a COVID-19 vaccine at Publix starting Monday. Grocery stores in Forsyth and Guilford counties will be offering appointments for Moderna COVID-19 shots. Publix requires you to make an appointment online first. We've got more information about vaccines and how to make appointments all across the Piedmont Triad on our WXII12.com homepage. The CDC's director says racism is a serious public health threat. This is in response to disproportionate impacts that COVID is having on communities of color. Dr. Rochelle Walensky released a statement on Thursday. Part of it said, quote, "The pandemic illuminated inequities that have existed for generations and revealed for all of America a known but often unaddressed epidemic impacting public health. The CDC will continue to study how racism impacts health and then work to find solutions. It'll also expand its investments in minority communities to address disparities." Well, it has been just over a year since Breonna Taylor was shot and killed by Louisville police during a raid on her apartment. Today, Kentucky's governor signed a bill into law limiting no-knock warrants. Taylor's mother was there for the ceremony. The ban only allows the use of no-knock warrants if there is clear and convincing evidence of a violent crime. That includes sexual assault and rape. The new law also requires officers to wear some kind of insignia identifying themselves as police while serving the warrant, and an EMT has to be on standby as well. Heart disease and the use of fentanyl contributed to George Floyd's death, but they were not the primary contributor. That's what the chief medical examiner said in court today in day 10 of testimony in the Derek Chauvin murder trial. Derek Forges takes us to the courtroom.
He's one of the most anticipated witnesses in Derek Chauvin's trial.
You conducted the autopsy on Mr. George Floyd.
I did.
The Hennepin County chief medical examiner says police interaction was the main cause of George Floyd's death.
The law enforcement subdual restraint and the neck compression was just more than Mr. Floyd could take.
Forensic pathologist Dr. Lindsay Thomas agrees.
There's no evidence to suggest he would have died that night, except for the interactions with law enforcement.
The testimony comes as the state nears the end of his case against Chauvin. Prosecutors argued the former police officer violated policy and used excessive force on Floyd. But Chauvin's defense points to drugs and a heart condition as reasons for Floyd's death.
And so in your opinion, both the heart disease as well as the history of hypertension and the drugs that were in his system played a role in Mr. Floyd's death?
In my opinion, yes.
Still, Dr. Baker stands by what he originally wrote on Floyd's death certificate.
Yes, I would still classify it as a homicide today.
Chauvin has pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. Testimony is expected to resume Monday. In Minneapolis, Daryl Forges, WXII 12 News.
Tomorrow marks 2 years since a gas explosion in downtown Durham. You'll remember 2 people were killed and 25 people got hurt, including 9 firefighters. A contractor installing underground cables hit a gas line outside of a coffee shop on North Duke Street, April 10th, 2019. Natural gas flowed inside the business for about an hour before the explosion. Firefighters haven't been able to pinpoint what caused the blast. Lawsuits have been filed on behalf of 4 victims, blaming 8 companies for what happened. Winston-Salem firefighters spent their Friday evening battling flames at a house on Cleveland Avenue. This is video that they shared on social media. You can see the flames and thick smoke coming from the side of the home. No word yet on what may have started this fire or if anybody was hurt. Well, today, Governor Roy Cooper signed a number of bills impacting education. One paves the way for a 6-week summer school program for all K-12 students. Supporters say it's going to help address increased learning loss during the pandemic. Another bill will create an early literacy program to boost reading proficiency. Early grade students struggling with reading will receive individualized improvement plans. Cooper also signed a bill into law to expand in-state tuition eligibility for dependents whose parents were reassigned to another military location.